Welcome to the Grimdark Gamers channel and our first ever Kill Team Battle Report. In this game, my Black Legion faces off against Jester's Blood Angels. Let's start with looking at the kill teams. First up is the Black Legion. My kill team is composed of two fire teams of Chaos Space Marines. First up is my aspiring champion, equipped with a plasma pistol and a power fist. His job is to get up close and brutalize the Blood Angels. To that end, I've also equipped him with a Grizzly trophy, represented by the dead Blood Angel head perched on top of his backpack. This will subtract 1 die from both ranged and melee attacks from any visible nearby enemies. Next up, we have an Icon Bearer. Normally a good support character with his Icon of Vengeance, his job in this game is actually to sneak behind enemy lines. In addition to being equipped with a bolt pistol and chainsword, he's the secret bearer for my tactical operation objective to plant a banner inside the enemy drop zone, or as close to it as possible. Supporting the Icon Bearer in his mission, we have a Plasma Gunner. Plasma guns are just incredibly good in kill team and for me are always an auto include. He'll be melting any threats that come across the path of the Icon Bearer. Operatives 4 and 5 in my kill team are both Chaos Space Marine warriors equipped with bolt guns. These are very flexible individuals capable of both taking objectives reliably as well as gunning down the opposition, especially with the malicious volley's strategic ploy. For extra punch, both warriors have been issued with malefic rounds. Any critical hits they score with their bolt guns will reduce the target's armor save by 1, making these two marines potent all-rounders. Finally, we have a Chaos Space Marine with a heavy bolter. Veterans of the game will spot that this model is technically with a Havoc and on a slightly larger base, but as I don't own a heavy bolter marine on a regular base, that's a technicality we're ignoring. Normally, this operative puts in a lot of good work in my games. His job is to usually lock down the battlefield and obliterate anything that enters his line of sight. Out of habit, I've equipped him with an ammo belt feed to make his shooting more reliable, although honestly in this mission he'd probably be better served with a dispenser system, but we'll see. So that's my kill team for this mission. Now let's take a look at their opposition.
The Blood Angels kill team consists of a 5-man fire team of Space Marine infiltrators, each equipped with marksman bolt carbines. These have the lethal rule and cause criticals on a roll of 5 up. For my sergeant, in addition to his bolt carbine, he's equipped with a smoke grenade, which when used creates a column of smoke that effectively makes operatives invisible when within a radius of circle from the grenade. I've equipped one of my other infiltrators with a smoke grenade as well, because they have proven to be useful when trying to claim objectives safely, especially when the objective might be in an exposed position. I've designated one marine as a medic by equipping him with a Helix Gauntlet. This device allows a friendly model within triangle to heal 2d3 wounds. I've used this on a couple of occasions and haven't found it to be a reliable choice yet, as it rarely heals enough wounds to make a difference, but still, I want to give it another go. My last 2 infiltrators are standard infiltrators, but with my remaining equipment points I've given one of them a frag grenade on the off chance that there's a group of enemy operatives close together, and there's no other piece of equipment to spend the final 2 equipment points on.
Now that we've finished looking at our kill teams, let's move on to the mission that was selected and take a look at deployment. The mission being played today is Awaken the Data Spirits from the Critical Operations mission pack. Each side scores victory points by downloading as much data as possible from the data uplinks, but in order to do this, they must first disconnect the firewalls connected to each uplink. After setting up the objectives, the terrain was placed as follows. The Black Legion will be deploying in the red corner and the Blood Angels will be deploying in the blue corner. The firewalls can be disconnected from an uplink as an action. Each uplink has 2 firewalls associated with it, and disconnecting a firewall is worth 1 victory point to the side which disconnects it. In addition, victory points are scored by controlling a data uplink at the end of each turning point. An uplink with both firewalls active does not grant anything. If it has 1 firewall disabled, it grants 1 victory point at the end of each turn, and grants 2 victory points instead if both of its firewalls have been disconnected. As defender, the Black Legion have to deploy first. I've split my kill team into 2 groups. The first group, consisting of the aspiring champion and 2 warriors with bolt guns, have deployed towards the right hand side of my drop zone, hidden behind the shipping container. Their job is going to be to advance towards the right hand side of the board and claim the data uplink whilst disabling the firewalls over here. The other half of my kill team consists of the heavy bolter marine, plasma gunner and icon bearer. The icon bearer is going to focus on infiltrating the Blood Angels drop zone. I'm going to try and delay planting my banner until the very last turning point to try and prevent any Blood Angels counterattack. The Plasma Gunner is going to cover the Icon Bearer's advance, whereas the Heavy Bolter is going to focus on claiming a high vantage point to lock down the battlefield.
As I watched the Black Legion deploy, I realised that Gregor had deployed exactly how I intended to deploy my Blood Angels, which happens. A lot. I split my forces into two. This group, with the Sergeant, has been deployed to score some quick victory points, with a tactical op as well as take down a firewall in the first turning point. I've given them all engage orders for any opportunistic shooting or overwatch. The second group are going to move up, clear the firewalls, and claim the objective. One of the Marines is going to climb the ruins to grab a vantage point.
For the pre-game scouting manoeuvre, I chose to dash with my Heavy Bolter Marine to get him closer to where he needs to be. I can tell from Jester's deployment, her game plan is exactly the same as mine, meaning I need to switch things up already. The plan with the Icon Bearer and the Plasma Gunner remains the same, but the Aspiring Champion and Chaos Warriors are going to have to instead move up the board instead of going to the right, to try and bring weight of numbers against the 3-man group of Blood Angels. I've not bought any strategic ploys, but I did reveal Central Control as a tactical operation in case I end up with more operatives in the middle of the board.
Going into the first turn, like Gregor, I took the free dash action, which I gave to my Sergeant to help get him into position. This also meant, as attacker, I got to decide who had the initiative the first round, so I gave it to myself. I started the round with 3 command points, and I've spent 1 on Bolter Discipline. For my tactical operations, I first revealed Vantage. This will grant me victory points for scouting a vantage point outside of my drop zone. I then revealed Triangulate, which grants a victory point if I can triangulate at least 2 board edges, and a second victory point if I grab a third edge.
First Blood Angel activation.
I will spend 1 action point to dash to there. Then I'm going to spend 2 circles to climb. And that will take me to here.
Okay, my first activation is going to be my Icon Bearer. His first action is going to be moving his full distance of 3 circles to the firewall. He's now within triangle of that, so my second action is he is going to disconnect the firewall from the data uplink, which removes the objective marker. For my third action, he is going to dash to here.
So for my second activation, this Marine is going to move his full movement for his first action. That puts him within triangle. So I'm going to clear that firewall for my second action. And then from there, I am going to have him dash to there.
Automatic with the Heavy Bolter. He's not shooting this turn, so what he's actually going to do is he's going to climb up here for 2 circles, finishing his move about here. Then I am going to dash square to the window. He is currently concealed, and I will pass for the third action.
Okay, so third Marine activation. I'm going to do his full move to here. Then I'm going to dash into cover here. Well, sort of into cover. And that puts me within triangle of the objective. So then I'm going to clear that objective, scoring my second victory point.
Plasma Gun is going next. I'm moving in a straight line here, so I can use the Pentagon ruler. It's equivalent of 3 circles. He is going to move all the way to here. And then he is going to dash to here. Next to his Brother Marine here. That's his go. So for this Blood Angel activation, it sounds like this Infiltrator Marine is going to be quite the space ninja. What do you have planned?
So, I'm within triangle of the freight container. So I'm going to use a movement action to climb one circle, run over the top for another circle. Dropping down is free, and that will take me to this point here. So, right to there. I'm within square of this edge, so I'm going to triangulate for one action point. Then dash there.
Next activation is this Chaos Marine here with the bolter. What he is going to do is, first of all, I'm going to do a normal move. It's going to be one circle, two circles, three circles to here. And then I will be dashing up against the shipping container to here. Just around the side of this barricade.
So, Sergeant is on the move. He's within triangle of the edge, so that is a free drop. He's going to do a normal move action. 3 triangles.
3 circles.
3 circles even. To here, and then a dash to there. Putting him within a circle of the center of that objective. And for his third action, he will claim it.
Alright, next up is the Aspiring Champion. I'm going to advance on this objective. A dash to here. Now I have to go up a circle, so instead of 3 circles, it's going to be 2, and that puts it just shy here. That is the Aspiring Champions.
So, for the Blood Angel's turn, it's Overwatch, but there's no feasible options for that, and so it goes to the final activation for the Chaos Marines.
It's going to be this bolter guy here, and I've already measured. He is just going to move dash into position over here. And that makes it the end of the first turn. And at the end of the first turning point, the first data uplink has both of its firewalls removed, however no one is within distance to claim it. The second data uplink has one of its firewalls removed. This sergeant is within range to claim the data from it, so he gains 1 victory point. The Blood Angels have managed to take an early lead, and Jester's sergeant has managed to deny my claim on controlling the centre of the battlefield, denying me the opportunity to score my central control tactical op early. I managed to roll a 6 and claim the initiative, and because I plan on doing some shooting this turn, I'm going to spend a command point on malicious volleys. My plan is to get the heavy bolter into position while moving up the icon bearer and plasma gunner so they can start killing Blood Angels. The champion and his squad are going to secure Objective 1 while trying to wrestle central board control away from the Space Marines.
Unfortunately, no opportunities came up to use my engage orders, but I was able to claim some data with the Sergeant, granting me 3 victory points. After generating command points, I've spent 1 on Bolter Discipline as my only strategic ploy. Going into Turning Point 2, I'm going to try and claim the vantage point on one of the ruins for a victory point. With the other Marine I'm going to move up, clear the firewall, and claim the second data uplink.
First activation of the turn, Chaos Space Marine with Plasma Gun. Okay, I'm easily within movement here, so he is going to move to position of cover here. He's no longer obscured, he has an engage order now. And he is going to be firing his plasma gun supercharged into this Blood Angel here. Okay, 4 shots hitting on 3s. Rolls of 1 are hot. Okay, it's 3 hits. I will take that. So that is 3 hits with an armor penetration value of 2. That means you have 1 normal save. And you can allocate one of those saves to automatically pass.
What's the damage?
The damage profile is going to be 5 wounds each. So, what that means is you can actually block out one of these hits.
Yep.
And that will do 10 wounds, so technically you're still alive.
Alright, well, we'll do that.
So the Infiltrator here has 2 remaining wounds and is now injured. You haven't fired his shot for his further action. Plasma Cannon is now going to retreat back into the shadows, so he's within. Obscured.
So my injured Marine is going to take a conceal order, and then he's going to go 1 circle, 2 circle, and then dash into cover and be within triangle of the medic.
Is that all his actions?
That is all his action.
Chaos Space Marine activation. Guy with the bolter, he is going to move. Try and take out this guy here. So we're going to go 1, 2, then 3 popping out here. Now he's going to unload with his bolter. And 3's the hit. Okay, that is 4 normal hits. So you've got your normal armor save. That's 3 dice at 3 up. I'll move my dice. Side it. Okay, so you make 3 of them. 1 goes through, which does 3 wounds, killing the Marine. Okay. He is incapacitated by the traitor Marine, who is then going to dash back into cover. So, part of him will be sticking out. So, like, distance. That is his turn.
This Marine is going to maintain his conceal order. He is then going to use 2 action points to claim the vantage point of this floor, and then he is going to use his last to climb. So that's 2 circles, and the 3rd circle takes him well onto that floor to here.
Okay, Sparring Champion is going to activate. I'm going to swap out his Conceal order for an Engage order. He's going to move underneath the shipping container here, so he's going to move away. He's going to do his full movement, which is going to be more or less a straight line. Just use this ruler for ease. So that's his first action. He's now going to shoot into the sergeant. Sparring Champion is going to fire a supercharged shot with his plasma pistol into that sergeant's back. That's how we do it. We shoot you in the back. You're within range, which is Pentagon, AP2, and it's hot. Hitting 2s. All hit, 1 crit. Okay, 1 normal save is made, 2 are... technically you could have only rolled 1 die anyway. Doesn't matter. Let's just say you passed, you've made the save. So that would block out this. And that does 16 points of damage. Okay, 1 dead. Infiltrator Sergeant, and now having committed glorious murder, the champion is going to dash back into the the shadows. That's his turn. Turns out the Blood Angel Sergeant is actually back from the dead, albeit briefly. Space Marines have a tactical ploy called Only in Death Does Duty End, which means as long as he gets to activate next, he will be able to have a full turn without being counted as injured. Had the Black Legion known this, the aspiring champion would have behaved slightly differently. Nevertheless, let's do the Sergeant's turn. What's the Sergeant doing?
The Sergeant is going to use one action point to move to under this area so that he is in clear line of sight to the aspiring champion, who in his arrogance has remained easy and visible. And then using Bolter Discipline and his belief in the Emperor, he is going to unleash 2 shots into the aspiring champion.
Ugh. Okay, shoot him.
Sergeant's first shot, 4 shots, and because he's an infiltrator, crits on a 5-up. Ooh, 3 crits on a normal.
Okay. Three armor saves of 3 up. Case, I am going to block 1 normal hit, and I'll then take 2 normal saves to block 1 of the criticals, meaning 2 critical hits go through, which will cause 8 wounds on this aspiring champ.
And then, using Bolter Discipline, he's going to take his second shot.
Okay.
2 crits and 2 normals.
Well, I guess I will use 2 normal saves to block out a crit, and then a normal save to block out a normal hit, but that's still 7 wounds, which kills the aspiring champion.
So the Blood Angel Sergeant took out the leader that killed him. And finally, the Sergeant's duty does indeed end. He is incapacitated.
How disgustingly heroic of him. Iconbearer is up next. He's going to maintain his conceal order. All he's going to do is he's going to dash forwards. It's about there. And then he's going to do a normal move. He's well within range. End up pressed up against the shipping container behind this barricade and this objective.
This Marine is going to maintain his conceal order. He's then going to use a move action to move up to the door, through the door, and then head over into some cover right there. That puts him within triangle, so he's going to claim the firewall, clearing that and giving me my 5th victory point. And then with his 3rd action, he is going to dash back into the cover of the shipping container and hopefully see if he can maintain control of the uplink.
Chaos Marine with the bolter over here. He's going to swap out the conceal order for an engage order. He's then going to move 1, 2, 3 circles into position here. It's first activation. And he's going to shoot this target here because he doesn't have the benefit of cover, therefore isn't concealed. So I'm going to unleash with my bolter and my malicious volleys. Firing his bolter. Hitting 3s. Okay, that is 3 standard hits. And I don't want to. No, I don't want to come on that.
3 saves.
Okay, your armor saves you. So I'm going to go for my next volley. So shooting again because of malicious volleys. Okay, better. So 2 critical hits and a normal one.
Okay, so I will block the normal one.
Okay, so 2 critical hits go through, so he takes 8 wounds. which means he is injured and down to 4 wounds remaining.
With my last ready Marine, he's going to maintain his engage order just for the purposes of Overwatch. He is then going to do a full move action up to about here, and an additional bit of a dash just to get him a little bit closer to his injured battle brother. And then I will spend 1 AP to use my Helix Gauntlet, which is 2d3.
Can't see that from the lights, but you get 2 wounds back. Okay, thanks to the heavy roll, I don't actually have the movement I need to dash and shoot, so I'm going to maintain my conceal order. And I'm going to climb up here.
The medic is going to do Overwatch into this Chaos Space Marine right here. He will get cover, and my ballistic skill is reduced to a 4 up. Alright, 4 shots, 4 up. Okay, so 2 crits and a normal. Oh no, just 2 crits.
Okay, I will set aside a die as a regular save. Being in cover, and now roll the remaining 2 die. Okay, I'm going to command point this failed save. Passed. Okay, he's fine.
Survives the Overwatch.
So, a mixed turn. I did well eliminating some Blood Angels, but that's not the only reason I'm here. Some bad moving errors on my part prevented me from scoring central control again. Jester and I both rolled a 3 for initiative, meaning it passed to her. I'm going to buy 2 strategic ploys this turn, both malicious volleys and Let the Galaxy Burn, to help me in my quest for central board control, as well as to try and maximise the opportunity to claim my newly revealed tactical op, Protect Assets, which will grant me a victory point if I can eliminate at least 2 enemy operatives within circle of an objective. Meanwhile, the Icon Bearer will continue to rush forward.
Well, my sergeant died, but he was able to take down the champion who killed him before he perished. However, I was able to claim another 4 victory points thanks to scoring a vantage point for my tactical ops card, removing a firewall, and controlling a data uplink. I took Bolter Discipline for my strategic ploy again. The plan going into Turning Point 3 is to score another victory point using my Vantage Tactical Ops card, while looking for the opportunity to score Triangulate with the other Marine.
It's the start of Turning Point 3. The Blood Angels have managed to seize the initiative and have the first activation. Who's the first model?
This guy. I'm going to change out his conceal order for an engage order. And then I'm going to shoot twice into him. He doesn't get cover because we're both within the circle.
Alright, let's do this.
First volley. Oof. So, 2 normals and a crit.
So that has the benefit of cover, just 3 straight up saves. I will block the 2 normal hits.
Okay, so 1 crit.
Okay, so he's taken 4 wins so far.
Next volley.
2 crits.
Yeah.
Well, I will use 2 normal saves to count out 1 crit, so the other one goes through, so he takes another 4 wins, so he's taken 8 total, putting him down to 4 overall. He is injured. First Chaos Space Marine activation, I'm going to maintain my engage order. I'm going to spend a tactical ploy. I'm going to use my final command point to infuse him with the power of the warp, which means he doesn't count as injured. And now, using malicious volleys, I'm going to shoot twice into your medic. Okay, that's 2 normal hits and a critical hit. Actually, it's a critical hit, and he has Malefic Rounds, so that reduces your armor save by 1, so you're rolling 2 dice.
Oh, 2 failed saves.
So that means you take 10 wounds. Keep squeezing that trigger for another 4 shots incoming. Oh, not good this time. Real not good. I don't have any command points to re-roll, so that is just 2 normal saves. Well, 2 normal hits, I should say. You have your standard.
3 dice.
You make it.
And I make it.
Oof. That's not so bueno. Okay, final action. He is moving behind his battle brother. Here. That is his turn.
My medic is going to... He's injured, but he can still make 2 circles through the door. So that puts him just on the other side. And he is then going to do a medic check against his battle brother. Two wounds are healed.
I've never seen that ability be worth it.
No, not at all. He is now up onto 8 wounds, and then he is going to make a little dash to here. Cover the door.
Icon Bearer, he's going to give up a circle of movement to vault over the barricades. So he's moving 2 circles. He's going to go 1 and then 2 to hit. For his second action, he's then going to dash to here, and that is his turn.
Despite my Blood Angel frothing at the mouth to try and get some kills, he's going to do the tactically sensible thing of staying concealed and staying ducked down, but I am going to map that vantage point for another victory point, and then that will be the end of his turn.
Okay, time for the Black Legion. Now, all the Blood Angel operatives have gone. The only 2 Blood Angel operatives with engage orders are actually hiding behind walls. So, as long as I'm careful now, you won't be able to get any more Overwatch shots, and I can just move my remaining guys freely.
Correct.
So let's start off with the Plasma Gunner. He is going to move dash through this door and throw himself up against here. This Chaos Space Marine is going to move dash as well underneath the shipping container. Press up against this door here because it blocks the line of sight. And go here. Final activation, guy with the heavy bolter doesn't actually have a legal shot as the Blood Angel over here is concealed. He's pressing himself up against the wall. So he is just going to pass. So at the end of turning point 3, the Black Legion control 2 objectives worth a total of 4 victory points, putting me to 7. I also control the middle of the board, so I score my central control tactical op. The last turn was a good one for the Black Legion, as I've now managed to draw level on victory points. Tactical ops objectives are going to be extra important going into the final turning point. Jester has kept the initiative, so I'm going to spend my final command point on Bolter Discipline. Plan-wise, the heavy bolter is finally going to get to shoot. Normally he does a lot more, but in this game his main job has apparently just been to act as a threat, as he's definitely had an impact on the Blood Angel's movement. I'm going to wait until the last moment to plant the banner with my Icon Bearer. He'll be able to make it into the Blood Angel's drop zone, so it should guarantee me an additional 2 victory points.
I've ended up having to have to retreat my Marines to within the ruins, so that going into turning point 4, I can push forwards and try and score some final victory points from the data uplinks. I've kept the initiative, so the only plan now is to score what I can.
Start of the final turning point. Blood Angels have kept the initiative and are going to be going first. The first Space Marine is
The medic.
Okay, what's the medic doing this turn?
So he is going to move his full move up to this barricade here, maintaining his engage order. He is then going to triangulate. It's just within.
Okay.
For 1 victory point. So then he is going to take a shot at that Black Legionnaire right there. Alright. Does the Emperor guide his shots? No.
No. Not at all.
In no way. Alright, so that's 2 normal shots. He is hideously injured, in which case, actually,
That's actually 1.
it's only 1 hit.
In which case the Dark Gods will bless me with cover and I'll just block that straight away.
Disappointing.
Okay, let's do this for the Dark Gods. This Chaos Spaceman is going to maintain his engage order, and he is going to charge through the door and engage this Blood Angel in melee. He's going to be mano a mano with his fists. Okay, let's do this. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay, 2 miss, 1 crit, and a normal. I do not have. Yes.
Ooh, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my last command point for a reroll. A crit and a normal.
Okay, so use my crit to parry yours.
Okay. And then I'm going to use my normal, to parry your normal. For a stalemate. The time has come for my Blood Angel on the vantage point to take a shot, finally. So, I'm going to change out his conceal order for an engage order. Guts and glory, hopefully. So he is going to take a shot into the injured Chaos Space Marine down. Alright, 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Oh my god, my rolling has been so bad. 2 normal hits.
Alright, well, as I'm in cover, I'm going to set aside a normal save. And pass.
Alright, well, I'll use my second shot to do the same. So 1 normal and 1 critical.
Again, I'll set aside a normal save. I will use the 2 normal saves to block out the crit, so normal hit goes through, does 3 damage, putting him down to 1 remaining wound.
And with his final action, he is going to drop to here.
Plasma Gunner is going to activate now. He is going to move underneath these barricades here. Move just to here. And he is going to shoot his plasma gun into the Blood Angel there. Okay, I'm going to risk supercharging these shots. And we have all the hits. So 2 normal hits, 2 criticals. You have 1 armor save. I don't think that would do anything.
So even if I get a critical?
Even if you get a critical hit, that leaves you with 1 critical hit going through and 2 normals for 16 wounds.
So there is no way to save that. So that is the end of this brave Blood Angel.
And the plasma gunner will just maintain his position, actually. He's fine where he is. And then he thinks better of it and he's going to dash to here. That's his go.
So the Blood Angels are in an all or nothing moment. This Marine is going to fall back through the door and over to here. And then he is going to take a shot at that Chaos Space Marine right there. Okay, so 1 crit and 2 normals.
Okay, all saved. Icon Bearer is going to finally reveal his secret mission. He is just going to do a normal move to here, and he is going to drop as a free action his banner. We're planting a banner right there, and that is within your deployment zone.
Wounded Medic on Overwatch is going to take a shot at the Chaos Marine he sees dead ahead of him. Okay, 4 shots hitting on 4s. Hitting on 5s.
Because you're injured and on Overwatch, yeah. Okay,
so,
got a crit.
1 critical. Saved.
Saved. Chaos Marine with a heavy bolter is going to Yeetus Deletus. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oof, that is not good. That's the awkward angle, right? However, I do have the belt feed, so I can re-roll die rolls of 1. Okay, that's much better. With piercing 1, that reduces one of your die rolls, so you're rolling 2 saves. Block and normal. So that does 5, 4, 4, so 13 wounds.
And that is sufficient to eliminate that Blood Angel.
Okay, for my final activation, the injured Chaos Space Marine is going to climb up for 1 circle, 2 circle. The drop is free at that short range, so he's then going to dash to here. And I believe that takes us to the end of the turning point. So the dust and the smoke settles, and at the end of the skirmish, the Black Legion lie victorious with 14 victory points to 9 as they steal more data than the Blood Angels. Well, that brings us to the end of this battle report. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and consider sharing the video with others. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more in the future. Kill Team is a great game and Jester and I really enjoyed ourselves. We both look forward to seeing you for the next video.